Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Got a reader writing in, viewer I should say. This is Ronnie on the emails. New guy here and very new, only been doing this for a month, and I'm also an old guy also. I currently own a D3300, my first camera, and was thinking of upgrading to the D7100 or the 7200 until I saw one of your YouTube responses that the quality wouldn't be noticeable. I found a 7100 really cheap and I almost bought, but my question is, what's the best lens I can get under 200 bucks to make my pics pop? I have the Nikon 55-300 VR and the 18-55 VR. I like taking macro and I have an extension, and I like the moon shots and I have a Sigma 600 for that. What am I missing here? Do I have to spend 600 bucks on a lens or 1200 on a camera to up my game? I like shooting in manual modes and focus. I attached a pic or two. So he's got a pic of a macro of some type of insect on a plant, and he's got a pic of a moon shot. So I would go with the 7100, no doubt about it, in your situation. The only advantage of the 7200 really, it's basically the same camera. There wasn't much of a change in the two. The 7100 has a little bit deeper shot buffer. So in other words, if you're shooting moving subjects, you're using tracking, and you want to be shooting fast and not have the buffer fill up, the 7200 is better for that. If you're not shooting a lot of frames per second, then you're not going to notice it really on the 7100, and I would go with the 7100 in a lot of situations, except for the one I just specified, because of the savings. Because other than that, it's the same autofocus system. It's basically the same camera. It just doesn't have the same enhanced shot buffer. It's basically what the 7200 added when it came out. What lens for 200 bucks? That's a toughie, but I'm gonna answer it quickly because with the $200 limit, I would go with the Nikon 50mm f1.8G. Actually, you could go with a Nikon 50mm f1.4D or an f1.8D as well. All of those you could get for under $200, and they're all phenomenal lenses because they're going to give you a fast lens. It's going to give you the ability to have a shallow depth of field. It's got a nice bokeh. You could take a portrait, blow out the background. Any subject, you're going to be able to blow out the background more than any of the lenses you have right now. So when anybody is in the kind of situation where you're in, where you have the standard kit zooms, that's the first lens I always recommend you go to, whether you're shooting Nikon or Canon or any system, is get a fast 50. It's the cheapest, most economical way to get a high performance lens. 50s are optically not challenging to make as far as when you look at some of the other lenses a manufacturer will make. So you can get a very, very good performing lens at a very good price. That's why they're not expensive. But they also tend to be, like on the Nikon, all those lenses are some of the best performing lenses in the entire catalog. So that's what I would recommend you go with. If you want to save a little money, the D versions of the 1.8 or the 1.4, or even for under $200, you can get the f1.8G, the newest, latest, and greatest, which is a really nice camera, nice lens. But the 7100 or the 7200 both have built-in autofocus motors, so they can drive the D versions of either of those. So it doesn't matter. It's up to you which one you want to get. If you want to save a little money, get the older D version. They're smaller and lighter. The advantage with the newer G version is it's got the AFS motor in it, so it's usable on other bodies that don't have an autofocus motor built in, like for instance the 5500, 5600, 3300, 3400. But it also, the optics, the coatings and whatnot are a little bit better. They would claim that you would have maybe less prone to flare or some situations like that, maybe out in the sun. Overall though, I mean, I have a 50mm f1.4D. That's my choice of 50 at the moment for Nikon, and I love it. Gives you that added speed, 1.4 over the 1.8, and I got mine for 200 Canadian, which would be less than that in American. So what would you guys do? Do you agree with me? Would you go with the 50? Do you agree with the choice of the 7100? Let us know in the comments below.